Hello, my beautiful, wonderful, amazing children. Welcome you all to the most wonderful biology live session on the beautiful platform of Avanti. So, in today's class, we are going to talk about in detail transcription process in prokaryote and eukaryote, right? But before we start that, we will be doing a quick recap, quick recall of whatever we have learned up to now. Cool? So are we all ready? DNA to RNA is what? Transcription process. Right? Yes. Now let us go ahead and tell me that what is template strand for transcription. Which strand of DNA is template strand for transcription? Quickly. 3 to 5, right? Very good. Third question. Which strand is called as coding strand? Which strand is called as coding strand? 5 to 3. That's right. Very good. 5 dash to 3 dash. Yes? Now, tell me, in transcription unit, how many parts do you get? In transcription unit, the unit consists of how many things? Very good. Amazing. 3 parts. Now you need to answer in yes or no. You need to answer in yes or no. Are they promoter, structural gene and terminator? Are they promoter, structural gene and terminator? Yes. Very good. Very good. Now next question is, the transcription unit which you get, is it present in the cistron? Yes or no? You can answer in yes or no. Is cistron consisting of transcription unit? Yes or no? Promoter, structural gene, terminator. Yes or no? Maybe, Pranav, it is yes. Hana, no doubt should be there. It is yes. Next question. This cistron is present in euchromatin part or heterochromatin part? Answer it. Which part of chromatin can get transcribed? It is euchromatin or heterochromatin? Very good. It is euchromatin. Right? It means in the euchromatin you are going to get cistron, and in the cistron you are going to get transcription unit. Is it clear? Yes? That's that. Now the next question to you is the homework part. I had given you some homeworks, right? That if promoter is here, structural gene is here, then terminator is here. So I had told you to find out before promoter you have some sequence and after terminator you have some sequence. This was the homework. Before promoter some sequences are there and after terminator some sequences are there. What are they called as? What are they called as? Anyone could find it out? Before promoter and after terminator, what do you call them? Very easy. Anyone could find it out? Arey, click on no na if you have not found it out. No problem. Just tell ki haan ma'am, we tried but we could not find it out. Very nice. At least I will get to know, right? Ki yes, I have to tell the answer. It is in NCERT, my dear. Okay? This is called as the region after promoter, the region before promoter and after terminator. That is called as what? That is called as UTR. UTR. Okay? The region, the sequence which you get before promoter and after terminator, that is UTR. What is this UTR? This you cannot translate, right? These sequences you are not going to transcribe or translate. So full form of UTR, what is it? Untranslated region. Untranslated region. The sequence which you get before promoter and after terminator, that is not going to give you any protein. That will not get translated. So that is UTR. Okay? So that's that. Now, the next question which I had given you as homework was to find out why we do not get double-stranded RNA. That was the question, right? I had asked you to find out why do we not get double-stranded RNA? Why? I had asked you to go through NCERT, my dear, and find out the reason. How many of you could find it out? Please click on yes if you found it out. If you did not find it out, be honest, be a nice child, click on no. But at least respond, right? Very good. Very good. Only 5 of you have done. Very good. So many of you are responding. I am very happy. At least you are responding. Okay? Chalo. So the reason behind it is, the first reason why RNAs are not double-stranded, or why only one DNA strand acts as template. Why not both the strand of DNA act as template? The first reason is what? That RNA forms from 5' to 3'. That is, one region, like one basic reason. The other main reason is what? If you make double-stranded RNA, will you be able to make protein out of it? Think. Will you be able to make protein out of it? Because I will be teaching you in translation process. In translation process, you will learn that mRNA will be there, and on mRNA you are going to have a tRNA. tRNA will do the base pairing. So if you have UAG over here, tRNA will do the base pairing. Got it? AUC. Like this, they will do the base pairing. Transfer RNA, Mahavirya. So if I give double-stranded RNA, how will they do this? They can't do translation, right? Only when they are single-stranded, tRNA can come and tRNA can bring the amino acid. What is the first reason? The first reason is what? That they form, from 5' to 3'. Very basic, very, very basic reason. Second reason is, if at all you make double-stranded RNA, you can't do translation process. Because tRNA do complementary pairing, na? If it is double-stranded, already complementary pairing will be done. Already it will be done or not. So how will you do complementary pairing? You can't do. So this is the second reason. Got it? This is the second reason. The third reason is, important reason is, third important reason is, if you are making double-stranded RNA, this will have one information, है ना? Let's say this is 5' to 3' RNA, and this is 3' to 5' RNA. This will have, let's say, AUG. This will have UAC. I have already taught you this. Just a second. We were saying कि if we have two strands, so two strand means two information, two different information or not? You will have two different information. This will code for one amino acid and this will code for another amino acid. So what will happen? What will happen? These two are going to code for different amino acid. Complexity will increase. It will become so complex. It will become so complex. The complexity will increase that what protein needs to be formed, right? So to reduce the complexity, we always have one mRNA in our body, single strand, so that we can make particular polypeptide chain, so that we can make one protein chain. Is it clear? Now you can read NCERT and try to see if you are understanding everything or not. 5 to 3, first reason. Second reason, double-stranded translation is impossible. Third reason, both the strand will have different information, right? Both strand will have different codon. Different codon means different amino acid. Different amino acid means different protein. And then complexity will increase. Our body will not be able to find out which protein to form. Right? What is the information, man? It is so complex information. Which protein needs to be formed? That our cell will not understand. If there are two strands. If there is one strand, it will know that this is the codon. I have to bring this amino acid and I have to make this protein. If double you have, it will become so complex for them, na? Which one is, which one is going to be useful, which one is not going to be useful. It will become so complex. That's why we have single-stranded RNA having the particular information that this amino acid needs to be brought and you need to make this protein. Got it? Yes? So these are the reasons. This was the homework actually, but only 5 of you did it. Right? Very nice. Chalo. Now let us start transcription in prokaryote and eukaryote. So first we will learn the process in prokaryote and then we will learn it in eukaryote. Okay? These are all things you know already. Hai na? What is template strand? What is coding strand? Everything I have taught already. Right? Okay. So, when transcription happens, DNA can make mRNA, right? DNA can make what? tRNA. And DNA can make what? rRNA. rRNA which will make ribosomes. Yes or no? DNA can make mRNA, DNA can make tRNA, and it can also make what? rRNA. There are three types of RNA. You know it. You don't know it. There are 3 types of RNA. Do you know it? Please click on yes. This is the basic thing, right? mRNA, ribosomal RNA, which will make ribosomes, and tRNA. Right? Okay. You know that mRNA will make protein. Athar knows only mRNA. In chapter cell, class 11, you have not learnt it. Koi baat nahi, I will be teaching this. When I will teach after this transcription, I will be teaching genetic code and then I will be teaching translation. When I will be teaching translation, I will teach you in detail about RNA. ठीक है? Don't worry about it. Okay? Then rRNA, that is ribosomal RNA, right? That will make ribosomes. tRNA, that is transfer RNA. T means transfer. Transfer RNA will help in translation process. We will see how later. Okay? Got it? So now coming to the main thing, which is cistron. Okay? The segment of DNA, which is the gene. Gene will have cistron and cistron will have the transcription unit. Cistron will have the transcription unit, right? Promoter, structural gene and terminator. Now from here the twist is going to start. The twist is going to start. Prokaryote and eukaryote. In case of prokaryote, what happens? In case of eukaryote, what happens? So generally eukaryote, they have one cistron. If there is one gene, in one gene, they will have one cistron. Okay? So eukaryotes are monocistronic. Eukaryotes have one cistron in the gene, whereas in prokaryote, they can have multiple cistron. They can have more than one cistron, and that condition is polycistronic. Pehla difference. Pehla difference is what? Eukaryotes are monocistronic. Prokaryotes are polycistronic. They can have more than one cistron. Got it? So cistron is the segment of DNA which will make RNA, and that RNA will make the protein, right? But you know, cistron has two things. A cistron has two parts. One coding sequence will be there and one non-coding sequence will be there. One will be coding sequence and another will be what? Non-coding sequence. Let's say this is your cistron. ठीक है? Cistron. This cistron will have exon, intron, exon and intron. Okay? Cistron will have, listen to me very carefully. Cistron will have exon and intron. It will have exon and intron, exon and intron. Both are going to make what? Both are going to make what? mRNA? mRNA, right? From DNA, you will get mRNA. You know, exon will make protein and intron will not make protein. So intron is what? Non-coding sequence. It will not make protein. It is non-coding sequence. What about exon? It is coding sequence. What about exon? This is coding sequence. Matlab, whatever comes in mRNA, that will become protein also. That will become protein also. They have the information of amino acid. ठीक है? But in case of intron, it is present in mRNA, but it will not bring any amino acid. कोई use नहीं है इसका. There will be no amino acid which will be coming for intron sequence. This is non-coding sequence. Now your next question should be, ma'am, will it be present in both prokaryote and eukaryote? And my answer will be no. Got it? Coding and non-coding sequence. Exon and intron. Exon and intron. We get it in eukaryote. This condition is in eukaryote. See, so many important concepts are coming. I want you to have full attention here. So eukaryotes, in their cistron, they are monocistronic. In their cistron, you get coding sequence as well as non-coding sequence. So both are going to come on the RNA, coding sequence as well as non-coding sequence. Exon will also come, intron will also come, but intron will not make the protein. Exon will make the protein. ठीक है? Mahavirya, your question is, Mahavirya is asking कि ma'am, exon and intron, will it be present on the template strand? What do you think? Where is cistron present, my dear? Cistron कहाँ present है? Where is cistron present? We are taking which strand? This is the question from everyone. We are taking which strand now to make mRNA? We are taking which strand to make mRNA? Oh my God. Really? Everyone is wrong. We are taking which strand to make mRNA? 3 to 5, right? And what is 3 to 5 strand? What is 3 to 5 strand? Is it coding or is it template? It is template, no. It is template strand, right? Obviously, in the template strand, I am telling, take a gene from template strand and that part will be cistron, and that cistron is going to have transcription unit, and that cistron will have coding sequence and non-coding sequence. Coding sequence will make the protein, non-coding will not make the protein. So obviously, where are you getting this coding and non-coding sequence? On which strand, my dear? Obviously in the template, na? Is it clear? Where are you getting it? In the template strand, obviously. We are talking about coding sequence exon and non-coding sequence introns. Got it? And one more thing I told you, that it is present in eukaryote. This exon intron concept is present in eukaryote. In prokaryote, you directly get exon. This is in eukaryote. What is the condition in prokaryote? In prokaryote, what will be happening? If this is your, you're considering this as cistron, they are obviously polycistronic. So cistron will have exon. It will have only exon. है ना? मतलब it is completely coding sequence. It is completely coding sequence. Whatever sequence will be there, it will be completely coding sequence. It will form the protein. It will form the protein. Okay? Yes, Athar. Okay? So that is आपका prokaryote. They have only exon. They don't have intron. But in case of eukaryote, they have exon and intron in their cistron. Got it? Two differences. This is the homework for you to find out, to write down the differences between prokaryote transcription and eukaryote transcription. 2 points we have discussed already. Yes? Now moving forward in detail. Now in detail we will be learning about what? In detail we will be learning about transcription happens in prokaryote. Transcription happens in prokaryote in cytoplasm or nucleus. Think and tell me. This is the third difference. Third difference. Third difference. Wow. In prokaryote, transcription will happen in the nucleus. From where are you getting nucleus, my children? There is no nucleus. Then how will you have it in nucleus? Transcription will happen in the cytoplasm. Clear? What about eukaryote? What about eukaryote? This is the third difference. What about eukaryote? It will happen inside the nucleus. It will happen inside the nucleus. Make a note of it. It will happen inside the nucleus. Got it? Third point. Come to the fourth point. Fourth point. Since in eukaryote, transcription is happening inside the nucleus. Transcription is happening inside the nucleus. It is happening inside the nucleus. And translation is happening inside the cytoplasm. So RNA has to come out. Translation is happening in the cytoplasm because where do you get ribosome? Ribosome you get in the cytoplasm. So ribosomes you get in the cytoplasm. That is why the RNA which you have formed in the nucleus, that RNA will come out in the cytoplasm. इसका मतलब क्या? Translation will happen in the cytoplasm in case of eukaryote. Getting it? Why it is happening in the cytoplasm? Because it requires ribosome for protein synthesis. So ribosome, where do you get? In the cytoplasm. That's why the RNA which you are forming in the nucleus, that RNA you should take it out. Getting it now? Got it? So tell me from this concept, we are discussing the next point now, that transcription and translation in case of eukaryote, transcription and translation, will it be happening simultaneously? Can it happen at the same time? Transcription and translation? Can it happen at the same time simultaneously? No. This is another difference. Okay. In case of eukaryote, transcription and translation happen at different times. They never happen at the same time. Got it? They don't happen simultaneously. कि हाँ हाँ RNA बन रहा है, ठीक है चलो उसके साथ साथ प्रोटीन भी बना देते हैं. It never happens like that. Okay? Simultaneously you never have RNA and protein synthesis in case of eukaryote. So what happens in case of prokaryote, my dear children? What happens in case of prokaryote? In case of prokaryote, transcription happens in the cytoplasm. Translation also happens in the cytoplasm. It can happen simultaneously because it is in the cytoplasm, right? Let's say mRNA has been formed here. It is still forming. It may happen that here it is forming what? Protein. है ना? It is still forming. Backside, it may start forming the protein. Backside, it may start forming the protein, and this side, it is still forming the mRNA. Getting it? Since it is happening in the cytoplasm, in prokaryote, transcription and translation can happen simultaneously. But in case of eukaryote, no. In case of eukaryote, you cannot have transcription and translation simultaneously. But in case of prokaryote, you can have it simultaneously. So did you get it? In case of prokaryote, I am repeating it, Mahavirya. So many, I think 6 times I have repeated. In case of prokaryote, DNA to RNA is happening in cytoplasm. So let's say this is RNA. This part has been formed. This part has been formed. And this is still forming. This is still forming. Where it is? It is in the cytoplasm. So it might start translation. This part might start translation because both the processes happen in the cytoplasm. That's why They can start translation simultaneously. Okay, got it? So in case of prokaryote, transcription and translation may occur simultaneously. I am not saying compulsory it will happen. Compulsory it will happen. I am not saying that. I am saying it may occur simultaneously. है ना? If there is requirement, they can do it simultaneously. But in case of eukaryote, they don't do it simultaneously. They don't do it simultaneously. Got it? So this was another difference. Okay, I want everyone to jot down the points and write the differences properly. Okay? Alright. Chalo. So that is transcription, little differences between prokaryote and eukaryote. Now let us learn transcription in prokaryote. Transcription in prokaryotes. Transcription in prokaryotes. So you know that there are different types of RNA. mRNA, rRNA, which will help in protein synthesis. Transfer RNA, which will bring the amino acid, and that will help in translation process. That will help in translation process. Okay? Got it? Now let us start process of transcription in prokaryote. Process of transcription in prokaryote. Okay? So there are 3 steps. There are 3 steps to perform this process. How many steps? There are 3 steps. What are they? Remember? Promoter, structural gene, terminator. Do you remember it? I had said promoter will do initiation. In the structural gene, you will have elongation. And in the terminator part, you will have termination. Right? So what are the 3 steps? Initiation, elongation, and termination. Fixed in the mind? Initiation, elongation, and termination. Very simple. That's right. Don't worry. If you have some doubts, now please collect it. You will have to wait. At 12 o'clock, whatever doubts you have, you can ask. Okay? If it is not related to what I am teaching now, if you have doubts, I will wait at 12 o'clock, you can ask. Okay? Initiation, elongation, termination. So at promoter site, promoter, what is our template strand? Don't forget it. What is our template strand? 3 to 5 strand, right? 3 dash to 5 dash. That is our template strand. Now, at the 3rd prime template strand, we will have promoter, we will have structural gene, and we will have terminator. Now at the promoter site, what is happening? There will be an enzyme called as RNA polymerase. बहुत simple है transcription, बहुत simple है. In replication, we had learned so many things, na? Helicase, SSB, topoisomerase, DNA polymerase. All these enzymes we had spoken about. In transcription, एक भगवान है, and that one God is RNA polymerase. Cool? What is the enzyme? RNA polymerase. Got it? So RNA polymerase has sigma factor. Which factor? We are learning prokaryote. Sigma factor. And that sigma factor of RNA polymerase will help in binding it with the promoter. Which factor of RNA polymerase? Sigma factor. Sigma factor RNA polymerase will recognize the promoter and it will bind with the promoter. Which factor at the promoter side? Sigma factor. Sigma factor. Got it? Now next thing. What is the nature of this RNA polymerase? Is it dependent on DNA or is it dependent on RNA? Think. What is the template? It is DNA or RNA? Think and answer. This RNA polymerase, what is the template here? Oh my God. Tausif is right. Tausif is right. Fiza is right. What is the basis of transcription, my dear? From where are they transcribing? What is the base? DNA, right? 3 to 5. So this RNA polymerase is dependent on what? DNA, right? From where you brought RNA? RNA is not there. It is going to be formed, my dear. अभी तक बना नहीं है. It is not yet formed. So this RNA polymerase nature is what? It is DNA dependent. Got it? Why I am saying it is DNA dependent? Because 3' to 5', that is the base. From here only it is going to make RNA. So RNA polymerase is DNA dependent. DNA dependent RNA polymerase. Got it? 2 concepts I have taught. First, at promoter site, what factor is going to recognize? Sigma factor. And then it will bind to the sigma factor. Then it will bind to the promoter. Sigma factor will help in binding with the promoter site. Got it? Second thing, RNA polymerase is DNA dependent. Got it? Yes? Now, once that happens, initiation has to happen. Initiation has to happen. You know, what is the sequence? What is the sequence here at the promoter site in prokaryote? Where sigma factor, recognizes it and binds it. What is it? It is not in NCERT. Do you want to know it? Then only I will tell. Otherwise, I will not say. There is a box kind of thing at the promoter site. There is a box kind of thing. And that box is called as Privno box. I am writing it here in white color. Okay? That box is called as what? Privno box. White color I will use. Or I will make another diagram here. Okay? Let's say this is your promoter site. And somewhere from here, you are going to start what? You are going to initiate the process. Initiation. Right? And then structural gene. You will do elongation. Yes or no? So before the initiation could take place, there is something called as Privno box. In the promoter site itself, you will get what? Privno box. Privno box. And what is the sequence of Privno box? Anyone knows? Privno box sequence? TATAT. TATAT. This is the sequence of Privno box. So in the promoter site, before the initiation, in the promoter site, maybe somewhere here, you will get TATAT box. This is called as Tata box. Tata box. This is also called as what? Tata box. Tata box. So what is the nitrogenous base here? What is the nitrogenous base? TATAT. And this TATAT will help. This TATAT will help the sigma factor to recognize. Sigma factor is coming and recognizing, right? Sigma factor is coming and recognizing or not? No. It will not get converted into protein. Initiation has not taken place, na Tausif? Initiation has not taken place. From the point initiation happens, from there you will get RNA, right, Tausif? Okay? So this will not be found in the mRNA. This will not be in the mRNA. Because you have not started making mRNA. You have not started making mRNA yet. You need to still start it. You need to still start the process, right? So there is a Privno box somewhere near the promoter site. Somewhere near the promoter site, you have Privno box. The sequence is this, ta-ta, and this sequence will be recognized by sigma factor of RNA polymerase, and they will bind it here. The moment they bind at this, what will start? Initiation will start. They will become activated. That now we have to start the process of transcription. So once the RNA polymerase binds here, initiation will start. Yes, Prithvi, it is for prokaryote. We are learning about prokaryote. Got it? So that is initiation. The moment they get the initiation, what will come now? What will come? RNA nucleotides will come. In case of DNA, what was coming? Deoxyribonucleoside triphosphate was coming. In case of this, what will come? Ribonucleoside triphosphate. Right? Ribonucleoside triphosphate. Here also, the 2-phosphate. This will be used for what? For energy. Okay. So, how the initiation process is taking place? Sigma factor is binding with the promoter site. Where exactly? How is it able to recognize it? This Privno box. What is the sequence which sigma factor is going to recognize? Privno box in case of prokaryote. 2-phosphate will be used in giving the energy Atharv. How we used in DNA formation? In DNA also we did the same, replication process. Same thing. The bond will be broken and you will utilize the energy. 2-phosphate, that is called as pyrophosphate. The 2-phosphate, they are called as what? Pyrophosphate. Okay? Got it? So now coming here. So RNA polymerase, you got it now, how it is going to bind. So RNA polymerase with the sigma factor will bind at the promoter site, and there is a sequence to recognize it, and that sequence is Tata box, Privno box. Tata is the sequence. Once it binds with it, initiation starts, ribonucleotide will start coming, and then entire structural gene. In the entire structural gene, what will happen? Elongation will keep happening. Ribonucleotides will keep coming and they will keep getting added up. RNA polymerase will help in that. Got it? So you can see here very carefully. RNA is getting formed. The moment RNA is getting formed, the DNA is making hydrogen bond. Nothing is happening to DNA. You can see now. Nothing is happening to DNA. It is just making the RNA. Till here RNA has been formed. So till here DNA became coiled again. They again made hydrogen bond. Right? Similarly, it will go up to where? Up to terminator region. Up to termination region it will go. Again, in the termination region, how it is going to, recognize it? RNA polymerase has a factor to recognize the terminator sequence. On the DNA, there is a termination sequence. So RNA polymerase has a factor which can recognize the termination sequence. And that factor is Rho factor. That factor is Rho factor. So RNA polymerase has a Rho factor which can recognize the termination part. The moment it recognizes it, the RNA will come out, the RNA polymerase will come out, and you will get mRNA. Is it clear? What is the factor which recognizes the termination region? It is Rho factor of RNA polymerase. Now you will ask, ma'am, what is the sequence here? It is not required for you to know. What is required? That they are a palindrome sequence. The termination factor The termination sequence is always a palindrome sequence. Do not tell me what is palindrome sequence, you do not know. I have taught you. है ना? Palindrome sequence means what? From this side to this side and from this side to this side. The sequence will be same. है ना? We had discussed so many examples. Mom, dad, Malayalam. Right? है ना? They can be read same from both the ways. That's right. ठीक है? हाँ, Tausif, I am telling you now. There is a sequence here and that sequence is a palindrome sequence. That is what I am telling now, Tausif. It is a palindrome sequence that will be recognized by rho factor. That will be recognized by the rho factor of RNA polymerase. So this is process of transcription in prokaryote. Got it? Initiation. What happens at promoter site? Sigma factor binds. RNA polymerase can recognize the sequence by the sigma factor. They have a box, Privno box, having the sequence of Tata-ART, 6 nitrogenous base, and then initiation starts. All the ribonucleotides along with 2 more phosphorus comes, and then elongation happens in the structural gene. RNA polymerase helps in that. And then what happens in the end? There is a termination part, and there RNA polymerase will recognize it. It has a palindrome sequence. The rho factor of RNA polymerase will recognize it, and then it will terminate the process of transcription. RNA will come off, and RNA polymerase will also come off, and you will get mRNA. ठीक है? I have explained it once more, Chetna. ठीक है? Got it? So that is the process of transcription in prokaryote. Got it? So that is prokaryote transcription. I hope it is clear to everyone. Yes? So you can see, the moment transcription is happening now, again the DNA will make the hydrogen bond. It will separate it, but again it will come back. DNA will again become double-stranded. The moment RNA will come out, DNA will again become normal. DNA will again be double-stranded. Got it? So now transcription in eukaryote. Transcription in eukaryote. Got it? So before we learn that, one more differences I will tell you. Did you get the differences? In prokaryote, which box did you get? At promoter site, which box did you get? Tata box. What was the sequence? Tata. How many nitrogenous bases? 6. Right? This is also called as Privno box. दिमाग में fix कर लो ये सब चीजें. Differences. If you have clarity on the differences, no one can, shake your concepts. If you have clarity on the differences. What about eukaryote? Eukaryote should also have something, no? They have which box? Hogness box. They have which box? Hogness box. Now in case of prokaryote, there was which factor? Remember the factor? RNA polymerase factor? Sigma factor was recognizing it. Remember it? But in case of eukaryote, it is not sigma factor. What is it? It is transcription factor. We just tell it as transcription factor or transcriptase factor. Transcriptase factor. It is not sigma factor, my dear. Please understand it. Okay? So that is at the promoter site when initiation has to take place. Then you can, have the difference of termination also. That in termination, you had what? A palindrome sequence, right? A palindrome sequence. Right? Do you get palindrome sequence in eukaryote? Yes. You get this in eukaryote as well. Now next is rho factor is present in prokaryote, right? What is the factor? Rho factor. The question is, do you get rho factor in eukaryote? No. There is no rho factor in eukaryote. Eukaryotes does not require any factor to recognize the palindrome sequence. Okay? They don't have any factor to recognize it. They automatically recognize it and they stop the process. They terminate the process. Got it? Yes? So Hogness box, what is the sequence of Hogness box? Do you know? The sequence of Hogness box is Tata, Tata, Tat. Tata, Tata, Tat. So how many nitrogenous bases it has? 7 nitrogenous base. This has 6, right? This has how many? 7 nitrogenous bases. Okay, Tata, Tat is the Hogness box sequence for eukaryote. Yes, so that is that. We have 10 minutes time and I want your 10 minutes attention here to complete this. Okay? Now let us learn about transcription in eukaryotes. So before we learn it in detail, you know the difference. Eukaryote will have Hogness box. They will have transcriptase factor. They will have palindrome sequence at the termination site, but they will not have rho factor. They will not have rho factor. Now, do you know that in eukaryote, cistron has exon as well as intron? Do you know it or you don't know it? You know it, na? I only taught you that eukaryote cistron has what? Exon as well as intron. Exon as well as intron. I only taught you that intron is the coding or non-coding? Non-coding sequence, right? And exon is coding sequence. My dear children, where is it happening? In case of eukaryote, where is this process happening? I have taught this, I want answers now. Where is it happening? Very beautiful. Yes, Tausif. Wow. It is happening inside the nucleus. In eukaryote, it is happening inside the nucleus. DNA is making RNA. But my dear, the RNA is going to have coding sequence as well as non-coding sequence. So, we say that the first RNA which is formed in eukaryote is not matured RNA. It is immatured RNA. The first RNA which you get is not matured in case of eukaryote. Why? Because it has exon as well as intron. So what is this immature RNA called as? क्या बोलते हो इसको? We are learning about eukaryotes now. What do you call it? You call it as, no one knows, hnRNA. What is this? You call it as hnRNA, heteronuclear RNA. Is it matured? No, it is not matured. Why? Because it has both exon and intron. Intron is not at all useful. It will not make protein. So what is our next step? We will remove the intron. What can be the next step? Remove intron. है ना? So it is immature. We need to do some processing, some purification. So what we do in the next step? In case of eukaryote, we do processing. है ना? This was not required in prokaryote, my dear. Why? Because they had only exon. They did not have intron. Directly mRNA was getting formed. But in case of eukaryote, that is not the case. So we do processing. We do what? Processing. Right? We do processing And then finally you get matured mRNA. Finally you get matured mRNA. Okay? And this mRNA will be given to, after mRNA is formed, it will be given to whom? For translation. Will it be residing in the nucleus, or you will give it to cytoplasm? To whom you will hand it over? Bilkul sahi. This mRNA, this mRNA through the nuclear pores, you will transfer it to the cytoplasm. And since this mRNA has information, this mRNA which is coming outside the nucleus, having information, you call it as informosome. You call it as informosome. So what is coming out? Informosome. ठीक है? Informosome. The informosome is nothing but mRNA coated with some protein. है ना? Some protein will be there. And that is how mRNA will be transferred to the cytoplasm. ठीक है? Got it? Now the eukaryote gene, which has exon and intron, this type of gene having exon and intron, you call it as split gene. क्या बोलते हो इसको? What do you call this as? Split gene. What do you call this? Split gene. What do you mean by split gene? The gene having both exon and intron. The gene having both coding sequence and non-coding sequence. That is split gene. So, एक और difference मिला. Prokaryotes, do they have split gene? No. Eukaryotes, yes. Right? So, eukaryotes have split gene. Got it? Yes? तो चलो, अब हम क्या पढ़ेंगे? We will learn this processing. Only processing is required now, right? You know now, at promoter site, Hogness box is there, and there transcriptase factor will bind, and then initiation will start, elongation will start. Then at termination site, there will be no factor. Just palindrome sequence will be there, process will be terminated, and you will get what? You will get hnRNA. You will get what? hnRNA. What will you get? hnRNA. Now, look at this very, very carefully. In case of eukaryote, there are 3 RNA polymerases. In case of eukaryote, कितने RNA polymerase होते हैं? 3. RNA polymerase 1, RNA polymerase 2, RNA polymerase 3. Which one is making hnRNA? Can you look at it? Which RNA polymerase will help you in making hnRNA? Heteronuclear RNA? RNA polymerase 2. Very important question. This has been asked so many times in objective exams as well as in boards exam. That which RNA polymerase helps in making hnRNA or transcription? Which RNA? RNA polymerase 2. ठीक है? Other RNA polymerase functions you can see. है ना? RNA polymerase 1 makes what? RNA polymerase 3 makes what? So from DNA, if you want hnRNA, RNA polymerase 2 will work. If from DNA, you require these RNA to be formed, RNA polymerase 1, that will function. Got it now? So these are the 3 types of RNA polymerase which you get in eukaryote. ठीक है? In prokaryote, you were getting all those sigma factor, rho factor, है ना? Those things you were getting in prokaryote. Right? So what is the processing? The processing in eukaryote. You got hnRNA, heteronuclear RNA. There are 3 steps in doing the processing. How many steps? How many steps? How many steps? There are 3 steps. What are they? Capping, tailing, and splicing. Capping, tailing, and splicing. If you do these 3, congratulations. From hnRNA, you can get mRNA. From hnRNA, you can get mRNA. Capping, tailing, and splicing. You will ask, ma'am, what is splicing? Splicing is removing the intron. Splicing is what? Removing the intron. ठीक है? What is capping? You got mRNA, right? You got mRNA. At the 5 prime, you do capping. At the 5 prime, you do capping. What do you do in tailing? At 3 prime, you do tailing. Got it? Capping, tailing, splicing. Got it? So now we will learn what do we do in capping. You know कि capping is done at 5 prime. You know tailing is done at 3 prime. You know splicing is to remove the intron. Right? Now what do we do in capping? What do we do in tailing? And what do we do in splicing? Got it? So what are we going to do? In capping, we add methyl guanosine triphosphate. ठीक है? हाँ, yes. We add methyl guanosine triphosphate in case of capping. In tailing, what do we add? We add 200 to 300 adenylate group. We add 200 to 300 polyadenylate group. At 5 end, you will add what? Methyl guanosine triphosphate. Methyl guanosine triphosphate. At 3 end, you will add adenylate residues. And then you will do splicing. You will cut the intron. And how will you join them? You will cut the intron, that is splicing. How will you join them? How will you join them? How were you joining DNA fragment? Do you remember? How you were joining the DNA fragments? What was the enzyme to join the Okazaki fragment? Okazaki fragment, what was it? DNA ligase, very good. DNA ligase. Similarly, the RNA will be joined by what? RNA ligase. Got it? Once you remove the intron, you have to join it, right? Once you remove the intron, you will have to join them. And you will join it by RNA ligase. You will join it by RNA ligase. ठीक है? So you should ask, ma'am, why capping and tailing is required? Splicing though we understand कि we are removing intron. Why are we doing capping and tailing? So capping and tailing is done to provide stability. ठीक है? To provide stability. Otherwise, what might happen? They will become a loop. The 5 end and 3 end, it is not double stranded, no, it is single stranded. So to give the stability, at 5 we are holding it and 3 we are holding it. It should not, make a loop. It should not make a loop and make bonds. That's why to fix their 5 prime and 3 prime, to give the stability so that they don't become a loop, we do capping and tailing. ठीक है? That's why we do capping and tailing. Splicing is done. And then to add them, we use ligase. Your homework is how do we do splicing? Matlab, we are removing the intron, na? We are removing the intron. What is used to remove the intron? That is one homework. Second homework is jot down all the differences between prokaryote and eukaryote transcription. Second homework. Third homework is go through NCERT transcription paragraph. है ना? NCERT transcription, whatever has been given, go through that. These are the 3 homeworks. Transcription. Second, prokaryote, eukaryote differences. Third, What is used to remove the intron? Tausif has answered it. So Tausif, how do we make that? We use actually RNA, है ना? We use small nuclear RNA, right? To make that. Yes. So Tausif has answered it already. So 3 questions for you, and you can start solving question bank now. Molecular biology question bank, you can start solving. We have now translation remaining, genetic code remaining. We have human genome project remaining and DNA fingerprinting. These are the 4 topics which are remaining. Other than that, every question you should be able to solve. ठीक है?